right, today we're going to take a break from the outside stuff and do some inside stuff. I know some people have had this problem before and some people haven't. We had some cold weather, probably got down to 18 degrees for a couple of days, which is somewhat unusual for us. But anyway, we weren't here, and we had drained everything because we knew the cold weather was coming. But there are just some crevices and things where you just can't get all the water out. We did what we could. But anyway, we come back and our toilet has a leak on the bottom where everything hooks in. I'll show that in just a minute. It's a common problem, so the freeze might not have done it. I'm assuming it did because when we came back after the freeze, that's when it was leaking. But this seems to be a common problem with these Dometic or Dometic. I don't know how I've heard it pronounced different ways, but basically the camper toilets, I think it's Dometic. But anyway, where it hooks in, it's got this valve that goes in there, and it's common for these to start leaking with or without a freeze. But ours is leaking. I'm going to change this out today and see if we can't get this thing fixed. All right, give you a little close up here. This is the back of the toilet, and I think you see a little puddle of water up under there. We've got the water turned off, and I've drained things as best I can. But that's the valve. That's this valve right here, and we're going to take that dude out of there and put the new one in. Get that dried up. I just leave that towel there for now for any residual that might come out. Let's see, we should go this way. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Get our water line off. Oh yeah. Plenty of residual in there, wasn't it? Okay, that's step one. Got a couple of screws on the back side. We got to get those out. Let's see if my screwdriver is going to fit. Oh yeah. Harbor Freight comes through again. That's one screw out. One down, one to go. Well, take that back. Looks like it's only one screw. There is a push tab right here you have to push in, and that whole thing should come out. Let's see what we can do. Push that tab down. So you can see the tab right here goes in this hole, that slot. So now I got to break that off of there. And then the new one comes with a regular screwdriver type hose clamp that we'll put back on here, which will save us next time. Okay, let's get it off of there. I have filmed just about everything I've done. Literally, I've been here less than 5 minutes. So this is not a long, tedious job. I didn't film the twisting of the clamp. I guess it was a PEX type clamp there. I took pliers and twisted on that to kind of get it loose. Took a minute. But other than that, I've pretty well filmed everything. So going back together looks fairly easy. I'm going to put everything together first, and then you can see the two clamps, one on top, one on bottom, that pops in place just like that. And of course, we got a screw we're going to put in just like the one we took out. I'm going to go ahead and put the water line back on. Probably get that done, then put the screw in. And then I'm going to pull this down and tighten that clamp right there. And at that point, we're done. We'll be ready to put some water pressure to it and see if it fixed our problem. I'm not going to tighten this real tight. I don't want to take a chance on breaking anything there. Just get it snug once I turn the water on. If we have any kind of leak, at that point I can tighten it a little more. So that's snug enough for now. We got to line our screw up in our hole and get that in. I won't bore you with all that. So if you have one of these Dometics or Dometic, I think it's called Dometic, it's leaking down in this area, it's really just a simple valve where everything kind of comes together here. It's not that big a deal to take it off, replace it with a new one, and get yourself back in business. I wouldn't be afraid to do it. You don't need a new toilet. You don't necessarily have to take it into the shop. Okay, that's it. Probably between filming and not filming and such, I less than 10 minutes. This job is done. So let's put some water pressure to it. Okay, water pressure's on. Everything's dry. No drip. I'm going to put a flush on it. All right, that was our problem. 5-minute fix. This valve cost me about, I think 16, was it, son? 16? About $16 to $17 on Amazon. Of course, you know, different toilets have different valves. All camper toilets have a valve assembly similar. You just have to look at your toilet and take a quick look at it and, you know, make sure you're ordering the correct valve. But this was our problem. It's fixed. Easy fix. So there you go. If you have a leaky toilet back in the back on your camper, you know, you don't necessarily have to take it to the shop. You don't need a new toilet, most likely. It's usually that little valve. $16 fix, less than 10 minutes. So hope this helped. If it did, leave some comments below, or if you had a different problem that this didn't fix or anything like that, hey, share it with us, because, you know, we're all in this together on this camping thing. So thanks again, and we'll see you down the road.